एकाग्रमानसो भूत्वा शृणु सर्वं समाहितः अर्जुनः फाल्गुनो जिष्णुः किरीटी श्वेतवाहनः बीभत्सुर्विजयः कृष्णः सव्यसाची धनञ्जयः
Arjuna reveals his 10 names to Bhuminjay Uttar Kumar in the Virata Parva. Arjuna, Falguna, Kiritin, Shvetavahana, Partha, Jishnu, Bhibhatsu, Savyasachin, Dhananjaya, Krishna. These are 10 names by which Arjuna is known. Apart from these, also he has a few other names like Kaunteya, and Krishna also calls him Gudakesha. But there is one more name of which Arjuna himself is not aware. So this story is about that name. This happens in the Adi Parva, when the Pandavas are on their way to Panchala from Ekachakra after the killing of Baka. They are on their way to Draupadi's Swayamvara. And Arjuna is leading the way. It is night time. He is holding a fire torch in his hand. And they are walking through this forest. In that forest, they come across the banks of the river Ganges. And at that moment, since it's the twilight hour, one of the Gandharva kings, Chitraratha, he is bathing in the waters, he is sporting with his wives and having a good time. And when he realizes that these humans have stopped by the bank to refresh themselves, he gets very angry. For he believes that the twilight hour has been specially assigned only for the denizens of the nether region and for the denizens of the night, like the Kinnaras, the Gandharvas, the Rakshasas, the Asuras. So this Gandharva, he challenges the Pandavas with the following lines. Angaraparanam Gandharvam Vittamam Swabalashrayam Aham hi mani Cheshrushchaya Kuberasya Priyaha Sakha. This is my forest, and I am Angaraparna, who is the favorite friend of Kubera. On hearing this, Arjuna tells him that the rivers, the mountains, the hills, the meadows, they belong to all living beings. And no living being can claim sovereignty over these. There is no special time mentioned for the enjoyment of that which is nature. And Angaraparna gets very angry and he climbs his chariot and starts attacking the Pandavas with arrows. Arjuna fends off all these arrows with his fire torch which he is holding in his hand. And at one point he gets angry and he tells the Gandharva, you are a demigod, so I am going to fight you with celestial weapons. And he launches his fire missile at the Gandharva. This fire missile was handed to him by his preceptor Drona. And the chariot of the Gandharva gets burned and he falls down unconscious. And Arjuna drags him by his hair and lays him at the feet of Yudhishthira. At this time, one of the Gandharva's wife, his primary wife, comes running to Yudhishthira and begs him to release Angaraparna. Yudhishthiram tasya bharya prapede sharanarthini namna kumbhinasi nama patitranam bhibatsati. She requests Yudhishthira to free her husband, and Yudhishthira decides to free him, saying that when a woman is coming and begging for the life of her husband, there is no way I can refuse it. And Arjuna says, Jeevitam pratipadyasva gaccha gandharva ma shuchaha pratishadya bhayam te adhya kuru rajo Yudhishthiraha. The king of the Kurus, Yudhishthira, has given you your life, Angaraparna. Take it and go. The Gandharva is extremely humiliated And he tells Arjuna that no longer am I going to carry this name Angaraparna because I have completely been wasted today and all my boasts have come to naught. And he says that even my chariot is burnt. Till date I was known as Chitraratha because I had a beautiful chariot, but today it has been burnt. Hence, Astragnina vichitro ayam dagdho me rata uttamaha so aham chitraratho bhutva namna dagdharato abhavam. From today I will be known as Dagdharato. Angaraparna tells Arjuna, I am pleased with the way you fought with your celestial weapons and the way you all are benevolent towards your enemies. So I want to give you two gifts. The first gift I want to give you is called Chakshushi. It is the secret by which we Gandharvas actually become divine. When you have this secret, you will be able to see what is in the heart of every living being. You will be able to see things which are secreted away. Nothing will be hidden from you. And secondly, I want to give each one of you brothers 100 horses. Horses which belong to the Devaloka. These horses will know no fatigue. And Arjuna tells him, Yadi pritena me dattam sanchaye jivitasya va vidyadhanam shrutam vapi na tad gandharva rochaye. If you are giving me these gifts because your life has been saved or because you still feel your life is in danger, I don't want these gifts. The Gandharva says, not at all. I want to give you these gifts because I believe you to be a noble man. But if you feel that this is obligatory, what I will do is that in return for these gifts, I will take your fire missile if that's okay with you. And Arjuna is happy and he says, sure, I will gift you my fire missile in return for all that you are giving. But tell me one thing. Why did you censure us? Why did you attack us? I mean, we were simple mortals on our way in the forest. We could have had a drink at the banks of the river Ganges and moved on. Why did you attack us? To which the Gandharva king says, you have no wives, you people don't keep the holy fire, the Agnihotra, and you don't have any teacher or preceptor along with you. And that made me angry because I know who you are. You are the sons of Indra, Yama, Ashwini twins, the wind god Vayu. I know who you are, I know who your preceptors are. We worship Drona in the heavens. And seeing that you people are walking around without any thought for these important things, it made me a little angry. And also know one thing, Arjuna. You were able to defeat me today simply because of your prowess which has been granted to you by Brahmacharya. If you had been a married man, you would not have been able to defeat me. It's very important that at all times you have a priest with you, a teacher who can take care of your kingdom when required, a teacher who can take care of your kith and kin, your family, who can advise you, who can always be there for good, wise conduct. So why don't you get a good teacher? Of course, later he will go on to recommend Dhaumya, who will become the Kuluguru of the Pandavas. But as he is telling all this to Arjuna, he keeps calling him by one name. He keeps calling him as Tapatya. Arjuna is a little confused on hearing this word Tapatya being used again and again for him. So he tells the Gandharva Raja, Tapati nama ka chaisha tapatya yat krite vayam kaunteya hi vayam sadho tattvamichhami veditum. We are the sons of Kunti and we are known as the Kaunteyas. Who is this Tapati? I mean, how have we become her sons that you are calling me Tapatya? To which Chitraratha starts telling the Pandavas story. Surya had a daughter Tapati, who was the younger sister of Savitri. Now this girl was given in marriage to a king on earth called Samavarna. But once the king got married to this beautiful girl, he decided to leave his kingdom in the care of his ministers and he sported with his wife for 12 years on the mountains. The king was very happy with his wife. But Indra took offense to this and he refused to send rains to the king's capital for the entire 12 years. People started dying, they became like skeletons, cattle were getting destroyed, there was no crops. And at this juncture, Vasishtha intervened. He went to the king and he brought him back with his wife to the capital. As soon as the king and his wife Tapati entered the capital, Indra was happy and he started sending rains again. The king and Tapati did lot of sacrifices and he ruled to be a very good king. This king with his wife Tapati had a son whose name was Kuru, and he was the progenitor of the Kuru dynasty. Tasyam sanjanayamasa kurum samavarno nripaha taptyam taptam shrestha tapatyastvam tato Arjuna. Because you have been born in the race of Tapati, you are Tapatya. So this is one name of Arjuna of which he himself was not aware. Some food for thought.